What is the proper and healthy way to feed dogs? The types and quantities of food available for dogs vary according to the type and age of the dog, and depend on the correct growth of the dogs without obesity. There are a number of nutrients that should be present in a dog's food, whether it is canned, dry food or home-cooked food, as they contribute greatly to its healthy development. The most famous of these elements: animal proteins, essential fats and fatty acids, vitamins and minerals that dogs need. Feeding methods for dogs. Dry food. Dry food is one of the foods that many rely on to feed their dogs, as it comes in many flavors, and there are types suitable for all types of dogs of all ages. Canned food. Canned food is one of the most popular dog foods, but it is very expensive. This canned food is a mixture of rice, meat, minced bones, vitamins and minerals necessary for growth. Dog food at home. Home cooking is a way to feed dogs, because it is nutritious and does not contain preservatives, bones or skin, and it also strengthens the relationship of dogs with their owner, and it is preferable to feed the dog twice a week. Best tips for feeding dogs. Dogs need to drink a lot of water every day, so always make sure you fill your dog's bowl with clean water. When feeding dogs, a specific diet must be followed to keep them fit. Bones. Bones are important for several reasons. They prevent boredom, so chewing bones is a sport for the dog's jaws, keeps teeth clean and prevents tooth decay. In addition, bones are a rich source of nutrients, especially calcium and phosphorus, and contain proteins and minerals necessary for the dog's growth and health in a manner general. However, the bones cause two types of problems. They can block or perforate the throat passage. When the dog eats the bones in large quantities, it causes constipation, in addition to the presence of a large amount of calcium carbonate, which can lead to the formation of stones in the large intestine. The amount should not exceed. Bones in the dog's diet are 10%, and avoid giving him bones of fish, chicken and small bones, because they break easily, and thus settle in the throat. Whatever type of bone provided to the dog, be careful that the dog chews its limbs and does not break it into large pieces. Milk. Milk is an essential part of a puppy's diet, but it can also be given to an adult dog, because it is a rich source of proteins, fats and minerals. In addition to its pleasant taste, milk can be served raw, slightly heated, or canned. If the dog is not used to giving it cow's milk, it is better starting with diluted milk, 50% water and 50% milk. Then the milk concentration can be gradually increased over time. It may take 5 to 6 days. Some puppies are allergic to milk, causing them to have diarrhea. Milk does not transmit worms as is common. Rice. Rice has many benefits that dogs can benefit from, and most veterinarians recommend including rice in the dog's diet mainly and in certain quantities because it contains many nutrients that are beneficial for dogs. It is a good source of carbohydrates and thus acts as a source of energy for the dog's body, without harmful fats, cholesterol or sodium. Rice is an important part of a dog's balanced diet, as it helps to improve normal brain function, and is an excellent source of niacin, calcium, vitamin D, fiber, thiamine, iron and riboflavin. Contains a good amount of starch that facilitates digestion and does not cause intestinal problems. Also helps in the growth of bacteria beneficial that promotes normal bowel movements. Eggs. Providing dogs with boiled and cooked eggs is a big bonus for dogs as they are considered a type of dog food supplement. However, when offering eggs to dogs, be careful not to soak them with additives such as salt for example, and do not contain onions or other ingredients that may be harmful to dogs. It is also important to make sure that the eggs do not contain any other additives such as oil, butter or pepper, but sprinkling scrambled eggs with cheese is a good reward for your dog. Amount of food required. The correct amount of food for each dog is determined through experience, as it varies from dog to dog, and exercise affects food intake, as it is very active, while others live a quiet life. The more activity the dog burns its energy, the more it needs from food. You should usually be able to feel a dog's ribs through the thin layer of fat just under the skin. You can compare your dog to other dogs of the same type so you can judge. Oftentimes, if a dog weighs more, it is because he is fed foods that give him extra energy. There are 2 steps to solving this problem. The first is to reduce or eliminate high-energy foods, and the second is to introduce dry foods, and exercises also help to lose weight. Feed your dog once a day and start trimming it from time to time. Weigh your dog regularly, as the more he weighs, the more he eats than he needs. In general, an adult dog needs about 14 grams of food for every 450 grams of its weight. It is assumed that 2/3 of the amount of food he eats is protein, while the last third is grain-based food such as pastries. The rest of the family food can also be added to dog food it is suitable for it, such as cooked fruits or vegetables. If your dog vomits when he eats something, or has diarrhea, avoid giving him this food. A female who breastfeeds her puppy needs extra care with her food, so the amount of food she eats should be increased by increasing the number of meals rather than increasing the amount of food itself. A pregnant bitch needs 2 or 3 times the normal amount of food in the second half of pregnancy. Feed your dog at a specific time, preferably in the evening. Always use clean dishes and provide clean water. Do not leave food that your dog does not eat after a reasonable amount of time. One way to determine the right amount for your dog is to put plenty of it in front of him and wait until he finishes eating, and so, determine the amount of food for subsequent meals. It is important to keep the dog's food warm so that the dog's tongue does not get hot. Make sure the food prepared for the dog is clean so that he does not get sick due to contamination. Remember to wash the dog's tools well after use.